Hi and welcome to the monthly series Plan With Me, this time for the month of July. I'm always excited to sit down in front of the camera and talk with you about what happened in the previous month. I want to encourage you to sit down yourself and take a couple of these different journaling prompts and really reflect on the previous month. This is a really empowering and really powerful exercise because it will help you to make progress and appreciate yourself as well for the progress that you have already made. Because sometimes, especially when we are just making maybe really small progress, it is hard to see that, and it is important to take some time to acknowledge it. So how this video works is very simple. I'm going to share a couple of different journaling prompts with you that are all based off of my Peak Performance Planner. And I encourage you to pause this video at each journaling prompt in order to reflect on your own what happened to you during that month. Afterwards, I will share a couple of insights about my own life as well and the reflections that I do on a regular basis in order to grow and develop myself. That's basically it. So I would say, let's get started. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Arndt and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer. And today I want to share with you first of all the monthly reflections for the month of June. And here they are. Number 1, what did you learn this month? Number 2, what are you grateful for? Number 3, what can you celebrate this month? Number 4, the bonus questions. How could you make more time next month for what fills your heart with happiness? Brainstorm some ideas. Number 5, how did you feel physically this month? And number 6, when was the last time you added something fun to your to-do list? Those are the journaling prompts and the reflection prompts for the month of June. And then obviously we have a couple of planning journaling prompts for you for the month of July as well. And here they are. Number 1, my goals for the month are. Number 2, my self-care goal for this month is. And then finally, make sure that you're taking some time to plan your month ahead and mark the projects and goals that you have clearly on your calendar. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with you first of all. So like I said, make sure that you're pausing this video at this point in time and just take a moment to reflect on all of these different journaling prompts, or you can do it one by one with me together as well. As you know, I always start with the question, how did my month go? Because I always set myself some goals in the previous video. If you haven't done yet, make sure to check out all of the other Plan With Me videos that I have posted for you on my YouTube channel, because I think it's actually really interesting to watch my progress, not just about how I am recording videos, but also obviously how I am starting to think about things differently as I am experimenting with my own life. And so first of all, how did I do this month? I've been really focused on business development, and I'm very happy to report that I have not only landed one new client because of all of the business development efforts that I have been doing since the month of March, but I also am really good at now progressing and doing business development on a day-to-day basis. It took me a little bit of time to get into that. However, now I feel like I have found a really good rhythm, and I just spend about 30 minutes to an hour every single day to reach out to new contacts, connect with new people, talk with different people, and schedule time to chat with them about how they're thinking about their employee wellness. Another goal that you know I always set for myself is my self-care goal, and that is super important for me. This month, I set myself the goal to exercise 5 times a week, and I would say I have more or less hit that target this month. It was a little bit difficult in the sense that I had a really big bike race mid of the month, about 58 miles. And so I was training super hard for it, and I needed longer recovery times in order to really feel good about it and feel prepared for it. So instead of doing 5 exercises per week, sometimes I just did 3 because I did one big ride during the weekend for about 30 to 35 miles. And for the last 2.5 weeks since the race, I've actually have a Fitbit and that Fitbit has actually really helped me to stay true to my fitness goals, which is really cool, and I highly encourage you to get a fitness or sports watch if you have always thought about it. I've always was not really 100% convinced about getting a watch or like a smartwatch because I didn't want to have any notifications on top of all of the different notifications that I'm already receiving throughout the day. But I actually decided to turn off all of the different notifications on my phone, on my watch, on my phone. I obviously did that on my phone, but yeah, and so now I'm really using it just as a sleep tracker, as a fitness tracker for time, for date, and all of the other things that smartwatches are really great for. So yeah, I'm happy to report that I definitely hit my fitness goals this month. And with that said, I would say let's jump into the different journaling prompts that I answered myself for the month of June as well. And the first question was, what did I learn this month? And this was a really good one for me this month because I think sometimes I can get super impatient and frustrated about not seeing progress fast enough or strong enough. And so I heard something in a podcast episode from one of my favorite coaches, and she said, she's German by the way as well, and she said it can be easy, and that really resonated with me because I think I make my life sometimes much harder than it actually is, and I don't realize that maybe that force and that kind of like frustration is not a really good energy to have around. So it is much healthier to actually think, hey, it can actually totally be easy and I'm totally okay with all of these different things. So that is definitely my biggest learning in the month of June, that it can be easy and that, you know, my YouTube channel or my business development, it just takes time. And sometimes I think, especially when we are doing things that we don't 100% love to do, or we're still trying to figure things out and it's still challenging for us, like my YouTube channel and my business development, I think then we can very quickly get frustrated when we don't see results, because obviously, especially in these moments, it's much harder to stay disciplined. And so yeah, I really thought it can be easy is something that should be my new mantra over the course of the next month, in order to just relax and to just accept that everything happens at the right moment. The next journaling prompt was, what am I grateful for this month? And there's a couple of things. First of all, there's currently wildflower season in Tahoe, and it's absolutely beautiful and amazing. And I've been really enjoying and taking everything in terms of just the wildflowers, like going biking, going hiking, walking along the beach. It's really honestly been so incredible. All of the different lupins are blooming, and then yellow flowers, white flowers, purple flowers. I don't even know all the names of them. But it's just been super beautiful. It's not been too hot this month either, so it was kind of a really nice ease into the summer months. Another thing that I feel very grateful for this month is to finally go visit my family in Germany that I haven't seen in over 3 years. And honestly, I just can't wait to see my family again and to hug them and to just spend time with them. And I think family is so important, and I talk to my family almost every single day, but it's obviously something super different if you see them and spend time with them. So I'm super grateful that I'm able to do this month, and I'm able to take that space, and that I have the flexibility with my business as well to be able to do that. Another thing that I feel really grateful for is my physical health. Especially going through this bike race this month, it was definitely a big challenge to be on a mountain bike for 58 miles, and I will not lie, it was pretty hard on my body, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today because I actually got the perfect journaling prompt this month for that as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but overall I'm super grateful for my physical health, because I feel like as soon as you notice that there is some pains or aches in your body, you actually can realize and appreciate how powerful it is to feel absolutely healthy and normal. I had a few days where my neck was hurting, my shoulders and my back was hurting, and it really kind of kept me from being as productive and focused as I wanted to be, because obviously there was just this underlying pain the whole time. And we don't appreciate at all how well we are feeling when we are feeling well. So that is definitely something that was a powerful reminder for myself this month. The next journaling prompt is, what can I celebrate this month? And I absolutely 100% celebrate the 58-mile bike race. That was not easy, and I felt very scared. Kind of before that, I was very challenged because that's a lot of miles, and I honestly didn't 100% feel physically ready to do that, but sometimes you push yourself and you challenge yourself, and I was able to do it, and I was incredibly proud of myself. And it is just such an interesting mental and physical challenge when you're doing something like that, right? And it's not just physically, it's absolutely mental as well, that that you're sitting on this bike and you just kind of keep on pushing, and you know, your body is starting to feel super painful, and yeah, and you just kind of roll with it. So I definitely celebrate that. And then I'm also celebrating the first completion of the first workshop series for my 1-year program client. So I'm actually doing a 1-year program at the moment with a corporate client that they signed up for their team, and we did a full workshop series this month in order to help them manage their stress and sustain their performance over time. And we had 80 people attend these workshops and 66 fill out the baseline questionnaire, which is huge because it's really important for me and for them to track their individual progress on the next 12 months. And yeah, it was just really great. It was nice to interact with people again and to train people. We talked about burnout this month, so that was a really great way to kick off that program and also to just spend my month. The next journaling prompt is a long one, so I'm going to read it again. It is, how could you make more time next month for what fills your heart with happiness? Brainstorm some ideas. And there were two things that came to my mind. First of all, taking a vacation is obviously something that will absolutely fill my heart with happiness because I'm super excited to travel. I'm super excited to just let go a little bit. I'm actually recording a few videos today in order to make sure that I don't have to record or I don't have to take any of my equipment with me for that purpose at least for the next 2 weeks, and I can just relax and I know that everything is in the box. So really taking space and time for my vacation is really important for me and will absolutely fill my heart with happiness, spending time with my family, spending time with friends. And then the second thing that I'm going to do this month in order to fill my heart with happiness is to just accept that the summer months are definitely going to be my slower period. It's always been like that historically over the last 3 years. It's just a bit calmer because people are on vacation and people are not necessarily spending a lot of time together as a team. And so yeah, so I'm just accepting that as well, and I'm just trying to enjoy my summer as well because I know it will get really busy again in the month of September. And so yeah, until then I'm just going to relax and unwind and fill my own energy reserves. The next question was, how did you feel physically this month? And I did already mention that. That was not super easy for me this month because I definitely feel like I pushed myself and my boundaries significantly with that big bike race. I actually went on 2 big bike rides the 2 previous weekends as well in order to train for it. So in total I did about 150 probably miles at least on the bike this month. And yeah, I definitely felt very challenged both physically and mentally, because obviously when you're physically challenged then it will come into your like mental, you know, sphere as well. And obviously like you're pushing yourself and you're trying to practice that mental toughness and focus, and that was challenging for me for sure. I had like different aches and pains. My neck was super stiff for a few days. My lower back has been aching again, which is an injury I've had for a really long time, and I know exactly what I need to do, but I don't do it enough. I did get some really good PT exercises from my PT, but I have to report and be honest that I'm not always really good at doing that. So for the last few days I've been really trying really well to stretch and to roll and to do all of the different PT exercises to really strengthen my lower back and my hip flexors. And so yeah, so physically that was a really good question. This month I didn't feel 100%, even though I did these big bike races and these big bike rides, and it is a good reminder for myself as well that I need to be more conscious on how I am spending my physical activity time, right? Like for example in March I was running for 30 consecutive days, but I didn't really do any PT exercise. I probably didn't stretch enough. So I really have to be more mindful to incorporate strength training, yoga, stretching, and then also cardio, which I really like to do. So that was a good question, and we'll go over to the next one, which is, When was the last time you added something fun to your to-do list? And you can use this question either as a brainstorming opportunity if you feel like you haven't done anything fun lately, or if you feel like you are actually really good about that, you can just maybe write down a couple of different things that you did this month. For me, that's what I did for the latter. So I just kind of wrote down a couple of fun things that I did for myself and the fun things that that filled my heart with happiness. And it's definitely been the bike race. It's definitely been the wildflowers. I actually did a photo shoot with my friend Aubrey in the wildflowers just a week ago. So that was super, super fun. I have my boat back out on the water. That's always incredible. And it's just so, so magical to be out on the water. So that's been something fun that I did this month. And finally, let's jump into the journaling prompts for the month of July. And those are really helpful in order to help you plan for the month and get really intentional about what you want to achieve. First of all, the question is, what are your goals? And my goals for the month of July are: number one, enjoy my Euro vacation. Yes, that can be a goal as well, because oftentimes we forget that also personal things are extremely important to incorporate into our day-to-day. Number two is to deliver a successful next in-person keynote event, which I have scheduled for mid of the month. And then finally, to just keep on doing what I've been doing. So I know that the summer months are a little bit slower. However, I just want to keep on doing everything that I have been establishing over the last few years. Obviously, my social media content, my podcast, my business development activities, and my newsletter, and all of the different things that I do in order to maintain my business and the relationships with my clients. The next question was, what is my self-care goal for the month of July? And as always, the same self-care goal applies for me. I want to exercise 5 times a week because that is how I just feel the most refreshed and the most active and the most healthy. So the last part of this exercise and for today's video is to make sure that you are planning your month ahead and that you're taking some time to actually schedule in those specific goals. So for example, for me, that could mean that I am creating different time blocks on my calendar in order to make sure that I'm getting my social media content scheduled, that I'm writing my newsletters, that I'm doing business development. It's actually already all on my calendar because I have established all of these different things, not for the first time, but over the last couple of months. And yeah, so make sure that you are doing that as well. And if you are curious to learn more about the Peak Performance Planner as well, where all of these different journaling prompts are from, then make sure to check out the link down below, because that's where you can purchase it on Amazon, super simple. And there's also really great daily planning pages in there as well in order to help you to create a better priority list and focus over the course of the day as well. That's all I wanted to share with you today. So thank you so very much for watching this video today. I hope that you are taking some time for yourself in order to plan your month ahead, to reflect a little bit on all of the different things that you have been doing over the month of June, because time flies by and it is good to always check in with ourselves and hold ourselves accountable as well. I will also prepare another video for you today, which you can shortly find on my YouTube channel, which is going to be a mid-year review on 2022, which is also super important to do because we have officially passed 6 months of the year, which is absolutely crazy. And I always really like to use this time as well to really check on the goals that I set for myself in the month of January. So if you're curious to check out that video, make sure to stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.